What's up, WWE fans? You're watching Wrestling Edge Files, where every slam and surprise matters. Subscribe now and let's roll in. The tension backstage that night was unlike anything WWE fans had felt in years. Cameras weren't rolling, yet whispers spread through the locker room like wildfire. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, had arrived unannounced at SmackDown. But this wasn't a dramatic return or a planned segment. This was something deeper. This was family. Just moments before Jey Uso's highly anticipated match against CM Punk at Saturday Night Main Event, Roman Reigns and Jey came face to face for the first time in months. What happened next could reshape the entire legacy of the Anoa'i bloodline forever. The unexpected reunion. The blue brand was buzzing. Jey Uso was set to face CM Punk in what many were calling a dream match. For Jey, it wasn't just another fight, it was a chance to solidify his place as a singles superstar, no longer living in the shadow of the bloodline. Backstage, Jey was warming up, his signature energy filling the locker room. Then suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. The hallway fell silent. Out of the darkness, Roman Reigns appeared. No Paul Heyman, no Solo Sikoa, no entourage, just Roman, calm, focused, still carrying that aura that once commanded the entire WWE Universe. Jey froze for a moment, caught off guard. "You really here?" he asked quietly. Roman nodded, his expression unreadable. For the first time in months, they stood face to face. No tension, no hostility, just mutual respect and unfinished business hanging in the air. The advice of a leader. Roman finally broke the silence. "I heard you got CM Punk tonight. The best in the world, huh? That's no small thing, you see." His tone was calm but proud, carrying that unmistakable authority that once made him the tribal chief. He leaned closer, speaking softly so only Jey could hear. "Listen, CM Punk plays mind games. He'll try to make you doubt yourself, but remember who you are. You're not just Jey Uso. Your main event, Jey Uso. You earned that name because you stood up to me and survived it. You're built different, Use. Don't let him drag you into his world. Make him fight in yours." Jey listened carefully, his usual fiery confidence replaced by quiet respect. Roman continued, "When I stepped away, I didn't do it because I was finished. I did it because the bloodline needed to evolve. You, Jimmy Solo, you all needed to find your own power, but you..." He paused and pointed to Jey's chest. "You're the one who carries the spirit of this family." For a brief moment, Roman's eyes softened. He wasn't speaking as the tribal chief. He was speaking as a cousin, a mentor, and a brother who'd been through the fire. "I'm proud of you, Usa." The sacred Ula Fala moment. Then came the moment that stunned everyone watching. Roman reached into his duffel bag and pulled out something instantly recognizable. The Ula Fala, the red Samoan necklace that symbolizes leadership, heritage, and power. It was the same one Roman wore when he declared himself the tribal chief. The air turned heavy. The tension was electric. Roman looked at the necklace, then at Jey. This isn't about titles anymore. It's not about who sits at the head of the table. This is about what comes next. Slowly, he placed the Ula Fala around Jey's neck. The gesture was sacred, powerful, and emotional. "Now you have to take our family legacy forward." Those words echoed through the locker room like a prophecy. Everyone watching, crew, wrestlers, even staff, knew something monumental had just happened. The true meaning behind Roman's gesture. In Samoan culture, the Ula Fala represents honor, respect, and authority. It's not just an accessory, it's a sacred symbol worn by leaders during important ceremonies. For Roman to place it on Jey wasn't just symbolic, it was a declaration. It meant Roman saw Jey as someone worthy of carrying the family's spirit and pride. But Roman never said, "You're the new tribal chief." Instead, he said, "You have to take our family legacy forward." That choice of words carried deeper meaning. This wasn't about replacing Roman, it was about evolving the legacy. Roman's era might not be ending, but changing. And Jey, the man who once defied him and forged his own path, could now be the one to lead the next generation of the Bloodline story. The CM Punk connection. Roman's timing was no coincidence. He knew exactly who Jey was facing. CM Punk, one of the most psychologically dangerous competitors in WWE history. Punk thrives on getting inside his opponent's head, making them question themselves. Roman had faced Punk years ago, back when the Shield was just beginning to rise. He knew how Punk operated. That's why his advice to Jey, make him fight in your world, wasn't just about tactics. It was a strategy rooted in experience, in lessons learned the hard way. Roman wanted Jey to enter that ring not just as a performer, but as a warrior carrying generations of strength and pride. The Ula Fala wasn't just a symbol that night, it was armor. Reactions backstage. When Roman left the room, several familiar faces appeared from the shadows. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Paul Heyman had all witnessed the exchange from a distance. Solo's expression was unreadable. Was he jealous that Jey received the sacred symbol instead of him? Or was he inspired? After all, Solo was once seen as Roman's chosen successor. Watching Roman pass something so meaningful to Jey could reignite old rivalries or spark a new kind of respect between brothers. Paul Heyman, the wise man, looked conflicted. His loyalty had always belonged to Roman. But if Roman was stepping back and Jey was stepping forward, where would Heyman stand? Would he serve Jey with the same devotion, or try to preserve the old hierarchy he'd helped build? The emotional depth of their bond. It's easy to forget how layered Roman and Jey's relationship truly is. They've fought, cried, and sacrificed for one another under the weight of family legacy. When Roman said, "I'm proud of you," it wasn't just an emotional line, it was years of unspoken forgiveness. It was acknowledgement that Jey had grown into his own man, one capable of carrying not just the Uso name, but the entire Bloodline spirit. For the first time, Roman seemed at peace with the idea of someone else representing the family's future. What happens next? Fans are already speculating that this emotional reunion could lead to something much bigger, a tribal summit or perhaps a new storyline that decides the Bloodline's next era. Some believe this is Roman's way of preparing for his final chapter, passing the torch to Jey as the rightful heir to the tribal legacy. Others think it's a test, a way for Roman to see if Jey is truly ready to lead when the time comes. There's even talk that this could set the stage for an eventual showdown between Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa for the right to carry the Bloodline name forward. Whatever direction it takes, this moment was the emotional heartbeat of something far greater than a match. It was the continuation of a story that transcends titles. The final words. As Roman turned to leave, he looked back one last time. Remember who you are, Use. Whatever happens tonight, win or lose, the family stands with you. No music, no spotlight, just silence and significance. Jey adjusted the Ula Fala around his neck. His expression said everything. This wasn't just about CM Punk anymore, it was about legacy, about family, about carrying a name that means everything. Roman Reigns may no longer hold the championship or call himself the active tribal chief, but his influence still defines WWE's heartbeat. And now, with Jey Uso wearing the sacred symbol of leadership, a new chapter of the Bloodline has begun. The question that remains, did Roman truly pass the torch? Or is he testing Jey to see if he's ready to hold it? Either way, one thing is clear. This was more than a reunion. It was the rebirth of a dynasty.